Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Sarah supports Xander, Rachel's meltdown. Jada and Rafe invite Days of Our Lives reveal that Brady Black will bring Rachel Black some Valentine's Day gifts, so Kristen DiMera will hope to use this as an occasion for family cling. Kristen struck a deal with Alex Kyriakis and plans to pull Brady closer, but that plan will snappily go off the rails. Days spoilers say it won't be long until conflict erupts between Brady and Kristen again, so Rachel will witness the hostility and maybe contend this is exactly why she doesn't want her parents back together presently. At the Salem PD, Xander Cook will feel like Sarah Horton must suppose the worst of him now that he's been arrested. Although Xander will assume his relationship with Sarah is over for good, she'll surprise him by showing faith in his side of the story. Xander will tell Rafe Hernandez and anyone differently who'll hear that he's innocent, so Sarah will believe he didn't pull the detector on Harris Michaels or do anything other than go for a run. Days spoilers say Justin Kyriakis will eventually show support for Xander as well, so Sarah may give him updates on the false allegations and call him down to the station to help. Over with Chad DiMera, he'll slip all the fire news to Everett Lynch and will maybe prompt him to watch his reverse since Clyde Weston is similar a fierce trouble. Coming on Thursday's DOL occasion, Stephanie Johnson will extend a double date assignation to Jada Hunter and Rafe, so they'll look forward to meeting the partner she reunited with. Still, Days spoilers say Everett's apparent history as Jada's former hubby will stir up some major Bobby drama in the coming occurrences. Until also, Stephanie will console Chad over the Horton house's destruction and make sure Everett's okay with participating her on Valentine's Day after all since that double date's brewing. Jada will put Ava Vitale and Stefan DiMera through another grilling session, so they'll have to navigate some tricky answers regarding Harris. Ava will also visit the tabernacle and supplicate for Harris while she's there, so Stefan will join her and awkwardly offer some comfort. Days of Our Lives say Harris will pull through his rearmost fire, but it'll take some time before he wakes up. Everett denies Bobby identity. Steve proves Stephanie Swain is Jada's ex-hubby. Days of Our Lives reveal that Jada Hunter will get a shock when she eventually comes face to face with Everett Lynch. Jada will incontinently start calling him Bobby and contend that he's her ex-husband, but Everett will claim he has no idea what she's talking about. It wouldn't take long for Stephanie Johnson to get caught in the middle of the conflict. Everett will stick to his story and argue that he's not this Bobby Joe, so Stephanie wouldn't know what to suppose. Days spoilers say Steve Johnson will ultimately get involved, so DOL suckers can anticipate him to find evidence that Everett is actually Bobby. Stephanie will get updates on the substantiation and formerly again struggle to make sense of all this. Meanwhile, Jada will rein Everett with evidence of her own and will push him to admit they had a life together formerly upon a time. Jada has talked about living in Seattle, where Everett was from. Although Jada and Bobby were happy in the morning, their marriage fell piecemeal due to his deception, cheating and the fight that redounded. Days observers have formerly seen the engagement print that Jada showed Rafe Hernandez, Galen Gehring, so we know she married a man who looked just like Everett. When Everett talked to Stephanie about his family, like his drunk father and the relatives that he wasn't close to, he no way mentioned having an identical binary or indeed a family. Still, there are only two other options if this isn't a binary or ringer situation. The first one is that Everett could be lying, and the alternate bone is that he still has partial amnesia. Of course, we should point out that Everett seems to flash back everything differently, including details about when he was youthful and his entire relationship with Stephanie. It's possible Days is going for some kind of split personality situation that's maybe been complicated by Everett's coma. It's also possible Everett has just forgotten one particular knob of his life, or perhaps he's just a lying scoundrel who's trying to hide behind that reason. Anyhow, Days of Our Lives spoilers say Everett will have to face the mounting substantiation, so stick with us for all the shocking news ahead. Kristen's war, Chad's intel, Jada's double date, Xander's dangerous assumption. Days of Our Lives reveal that Kristen DiMera and Brady Black battle in front of Rachel Black. General Hospital spoilers highlights Chad DiMera tells Everett Lynch about the fire. Jada Hunter has a double date, but will Everett show up? Plus, Xander Cook assumes Sarah Horton is done with him. Days of Our Lives, Kristen DiMera's war. DOL reveal that Kristen and Brady will have another shaky commerce. Kristen formerly has a deal with Alex Kyriakis to keep Brady and Teresa Donovan piecemeal. Still, the scheme could fall piecemeal rather snappily. After all, Kristen and Brady get into another furious argument. This time it'll be during a date with Rachel. Days of Our Lives, Kristen's war, Chad's intel, Jada's double date, Xander's dangerous assumption as suckers know Rachel was the bone. Who called the police when Brady pulled a gun on Kristen? So, if the two launch fighting, Rachel could worry that it'll helical out of control again. DOL Chad DiMera's intel on Thursday, February 15th revealed that Chad will drop a stunner on Everett. Indeed, though Everett is presumably apprehensive of some of the crimes in Salem lately, he might be ignorant of the Horton house fire. After all, Salem Police Commissioner Rafe Hernandez wasn't indeed apprehensive of it until Chad told him. Everett could reply enough explosively. Everett has formerly shown he has zero forbearance for medicines in Salem. Still, it's unclear if he truly believes that or if it's just a cover. Also read, DOL John attacks Kate and Lucas under Constantine's control. Days of Our Lives, Jada Hunter's double date. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Thursday, February 15th reveal that Stephanie Johnson, Abigail Klein, really wants her musketeers to meet Everett. So far, the plans for double dates and hassles haven't worked out. Everett no way shows up or has commodity come up at the last nanosecond. Of course, this is because Stephanie keeps trying to introduce Everett to Jada and Rafe. Still, suckers know that Everett's ex-wife is Jada. So, when Stephanie invites Rafe and Jada to regale to meet Everett, will he indeed show up? Also read Days of Our Lives news, Ron Carlivati jumping boat? DOL on suckers can anticipate Xander to assume that Sarah is done with him. Of course, Xander always thinks this, and Zara generally end up back together. Xander needs to flash back that Sarah is probably more confused than anything after that post-passion arrest. Hysterical for Lucas' safety, Kate surprises an assumed intruder holds a gun on Roman. Days of Our Lives spoilers and updates tease that hysterical for Lucas Horton's safety, Kate Brady surprises an assumed meddler. As a result, she holds a gun on Roman Brady while he holds a gun on her. Days of Our Lives spoilers, Lucas Horton intimately staying with Harris Michaels. Lucas has intimately been staying with Harris Michaels, Steve Burton, in his room over the Brady pub, and Kate saw him down in the cantina. When he shouldn't have been. Any of Clyde Weston's men on the outside could have seen Lucas easily through the windows, indeed though at the time the cantina was closed for the night. Days of Our Lives spoilers hysterical for Lucas' safety, Kate surprises an assumed intruder holds a gun on Roman. Harris soon came home and also scolded Lucas, and correctly so seeing he's in his defensive guardianship, but little did they know what was about to take place. That night 3 masked looters would strike, no mistrustfulness, all of them Clyde's henchmen under orders. One shot Harris doubly at close range behind the bistro. One poured gasoline each around the inside of the Horton house, setting it on fire, and the other fired 2 shots into Harris' room at the cantina, where Lucas cried, "N.O." DOL spoilers, Kate Roberts and Roman Brady both come with a gun, looking for interferers. Roman wasn't home or at the cantina when Harris had been there before and had been out until after he left, and Kate and Lucas had been there alone. When Roman returned from his outside business and heard of the firing outside the bistro, he knew Kate and Lucas would be in peril and returned. Roman may have in fact passed the marksman in the dark but wouldn't have known it, the marksman likely pulling off his mask by also. Kate is on high alert and has her gun, and Roman enters the cantina and comes upstairs with his Days of Our Lives showdown over the Brady pub. Kate and Roman have ordnance refocused at each other, while Lucas hides under the bed. Luckily, he managed to wisecrack the marksman who allowed. He de-killed him, although Lucas will have some bumps and bruises after rolling off on the bottom. The marksman allowed. He shot him off the bed and ran out when Kate came running with her gun and turned the light on. No bone. Shoots each other, and Kate, Roman and Lucas talk about what happened, and Roman calls the police. Harris' room is now a crime scene and the Salem PD will need to look for substantiation.